are at Shelters by Jesus podcast, and we are so excited that you're with us, you're watching, you're listening, you're hitting subscribe, you're hitting like, you're sharing with your friends, because that brings money in. And if you want to help get people off the street, you go to sheltersbyjesus.com. If you'd like to give, it's $9. We'll get somebody off the street. We also have 4 books out written by the dumb hick from Skowhegan, me. And they have 2 prices, $10 are free. And you put your name and address right there and tell if you want books 1, 2, 3, or 4, all of them, we'll mail them right out to you. You also can call the office at 207-474-8833 and give them your name and address there, and they'll ship it. But the other thing you can do is get a tour. When you call that number, say, I'd like a tour, and you'll meet the residents. You'll see everything we have. And we're just excited about you being a part of this. So now, on to the podcast. All right, here we go. We're on for another podcast, and we have a special guest with us. He's here, a resident at the shelter. We're doing a bunch of residents, and he's a new resident at the shelter. I just learned his name. It's a good name. His last name is Barry. Only problem was his was the name, mine's with the knee, but it's near enough. So it's Howard Barry. And Howard, welcome to Shelters by Jesus podcast.
Thank you.
And first of all, let's begin by asking you where you're from.
The Farmington area.
Farmington area?
Yes.
For most of your life? Or?
Yeah, I graduated high school in Farmington in 1974.
Really?
Yes. And
so you're a Mountain Blue kid?
Absolutely.
All right.
The class of the class.
The class of 1974.
Yes.
Well, all right. I got shoes that old, so you're all set, my friend. All right.
Excuse me.
That's all right. So what did you do before you came to Shelters by Jesus? What was your lifestyle? What was you doing for work or whatever? What were you doing?
I am an unprofessionally trained cook. I worked in a number of different restaurants in the Farmington area, as well as traveled to Utah, Florida, Alabama, and points beyond. But this is where I found Jesus.
Well, you want to have a little y'all to you then?
No. Y'all, I'm all you see.
There you go. So you've done majority of your life, you've been doing some cooking?
35 years.
Really?
Yes.
So how'd you get into cooking?
Started right out of high school, 1974.
Aha.
As a burger flipper.
All right. So was you a Burger King flipper or McDonald's flipper?
Well, I've done that, but not by choice.
Okay.
I worked at a small place called Goodwin's back in the day.
Goodwin's.
It was an ice cream shop / burger / restaurant.
Okay.
We used to be open 18 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah.
18 hours?
Yes.
Whoa. That's long. That's before now, that's for sure. You're going back a while.
Yes. We served an awful lot of law enforcement. I was subservient to a lot of law enforcement back in the day.
Aha.
So. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
And that's how I got my start as a dishwasher for 3 weeks, and then I was put out on the grill.
Yeah.
It's been a great life. It has been a great life.
Good. Now, do you have a family anywhere?
I have 2 young people in the Farmington area still, and I have a son whom I'm very proud of, and I hope he hears this.
Yeah. Well, he will if you look on there and you send it to him, he's going to hear it. What's your son's name?
My youngest son's name is Daniel.
Daniel.
And
right.
He has a 3rd child on the way now. He's happily married, but no, there's no but in this.
Aha.
He is a Catholic.
Aha.
We have discussed that, unfortunately, in the wrong way. But anyway, he has a 3rd child on the way. He's a police officer.
Really?
In North Dakota.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So there is law enforcement in the family.
Yes, there is.
You got to keep your nose clean, bro.
I do now.
Woo!
Although this morning I had an experience.
Okay. There you go. Well, we hope it's all good.
It is. It's fine now.
Okay. Good. So with all of this going on, and so you got kids, you got grandkids.
Yep.
Do you have any great grandkids?
Not gee whiz, Pastor, not yet.
Okay. Well, some people get married young and they can have great grandkids. They ain't very old. So
I didn't marry young. I married my first wife at 27.
Okay.
My oldest grandchild is 14. She better wait.
Okay. All right. She's on the waiting list to get you a great grandchild.
Long time.
All right. So, what led you to come to Shelters by Jesus?
The fact that I'm homeless, the fact that you people are here, And I love it here. It's the greatest experience, one of the greatest experiences I've ever had, Pastor.
Now, we don't hear that every day.
No.
Being in a homeless shelter usually isn't considered a great experience, is it, John?
I love it.
Okay, well, I got two. We got two that love it here. All right, I'm not, and I thought I was the only crazy man at the table for doing this. But I got guys love being here because John's on my staff and part of my staff. But.
Yes.
So what is it about Shelters by Jesus that you find it's comforting or liking or whatever?
You.
Me?
You and several others.
Oh.
John is a good person. Seth is a great person. Tom, I don't know well enough to have an opinion on. Well, I do have an opinion, and he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. We just did his podcast this morning, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
We got his whole history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want my whole history, this may take longer than a podcast.
Well, we're not looking for ancient history, but
ancient.
So anyway, so other than me and the other staff here, what is it about Shelters by Jesus that seems to work for you?
Kenneth is a heck of a cook.
Ken is an outstanding cook.
Yes. I put on 15 pounds in less than 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you don't look like you've gained it. There's nothing to you.
Thank you.
You look like a skunk chicken here today, man, I tell you.
It's the hair.
Okay. All right.
There are some interesting individuals here, but it's a fine establishment. I'm comfortable in my bed. I sleep fairly well.
All right.
So.
And what about the services? Would you mind going to services?
No, I do not mind. I've missed a few mornings because I've had appointments, but I love the services.
Good. Yeah. So you don't find it a burden to have to do a few things around here?
Not even a little bit. No one ever had. Sure, that fellow.
Who, Pete?
Pete never asked me for anything.
Well, there.
But he looks at me and he goes, "You're old."
Well, there. How old are you anyway, Howard?
67.
67?
Yes.
Well, you ain't old.
No, years young.
You're still a baby, man.
Thanks.
Hey, you get me my age, then you're old.
Please.
Yes.
I ask for that. I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can be my age anytime you want.
I'll wait.
Okay, I would too if I was you.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait.
Yeah.
You can't be a day over 27.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know what? I never. People say you don't look or act 74, and I go, well, what's 74 look and act like?
I've never been this way before.
I've never been here before.
No.
Absolutely not. I never thought I'd get there anyway.
No.
So I said, what the,
I've had my moments. I have counseling now in Farmington and Wilton.
Okay.
I'm very happy with. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah, okay.
Right now, my greatest counseling is coming right from here.
All right. So you enjoy the Word of God here?
Absolutely.
And you like crazy preaching?
I haven't seen much of that.
Oh, then you haven't heard me preach yet.
Yes, I have. Twice. And I think you're great. I do. I think you're great. And I don't blow smoke up anybody.
Well, I'm a wild and crazy dude, you know.
Well,
yeah, okay. That's how it is,
And the music fascinates me.
Yeah. Wait till the guys come Saturday night again.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, they are something else, man.
They
get down, and if you're those of you that are watching this, if you're in the Skowhegan area, man, we're at 12 McClellan Street. We have live worship music at 5:30 on Saturday nights, and you ought to come. And then we have a crazy Pastor Barry preach this 6 o'clock, and I'll tell you, this guy says he ain't crazy, but the rest of the world disagrees with him. So love to have you come. So anyway, for those that are watching, and some of them are wondering whether or not that this is worth investing $9 a month into this ministry. Well, what would you say to that, Howard? If say it was John and he'd go and look, I got $9 to invest, but I'm looking for a place to invest it. What would you tell him about this? Is this worth a $9 investment?
Can you make it 18? I want to start doing that, Pastor. I do.
I didn't do that to get you to give to the ministry.
No,
but you would.
$6.
But if you was to talk to them and tell them whether it's worthwhile or not,
people, believe me, this is a very, very, very worthy project. And I'm not saying that because I'm here, but I'm saying that because it is. Quite simply, the truth. The truth shall set you free, but if you give $9, you'll look even better.
There you go. It really helps. And what some still don't understand that we are 100% faith-based. So we don't get any grants. We don't get any special favors from the state, federal, town. Everything we get is because of those that are viewing it and coming here and giving their $9. or if they subscribe to my podcast, hit like, I also make money that way. So
awesome.
We got to get your son to subscribe to my podcast now that you're on, and tell him to subscribe and hit like, man.
I have sent him pictures from the sanctuary.
You have?
And he's kind of looks at them. It takes him 20 minutes to half an hour to respond. And he's going, what are you doing there? Where are you? And I said, I'm in sanctuary. I went to his Catholic wedding, which was okay.
Yeah.
And
well, Catholic's fine. It's just different than ours, and everybody knows that. A Protestant wedding is different than a Catholic wedding. Everybody knows that.
His Catholic wedding was actually a very comfortable service.
Yeah.
My biggest issue, and I'm sorry to those of you that may be, my biggest issue with the Catholic Church is because they are so gold-based. And I don't believe in a pope. I believe he's probably a great individual. Don't know him, probably never will meet him. However, it's very gold-based, much like the Latter-day Saints, which I like, but you know, it's not my comfort zone.
Well, we'll swing away from Catholics and LDSs.
I apologize. I apologize.
That's all right, guys. Yeah, I have a lot of Catholic friends, and that's for sure. And I've been to Catholic churches for weddings and funerals and all that. But ours is different. In fact, we're different than a lot of Protestant ones. We are. I call the term. We're not what I call churchified. This isn't. You don't have to dress a certain way. You don't have to look a certain way. You just come, and we're dressed for church every single day here because we're in church every single day.
Is non-secular a good term?
Non-secular. That's a good term.
Yeah, I like that one.
We're not secular.
No.
As far as service, I hope we're not.
No.
Because secular means it's worldly compared to Christianity. So, no, that's good. So, how's your health, Howard?
My health is okay.
Okay.
I went to see the cardiologist yesterday. Absolutely beautiful doctor. I'm sorry, Dr. Remote. And I have a heart murmur. This is not a new thing.
Yeah, I've had one. I used to have one years ago. Yeah.
I don't have to go back and see her. I have to go for an echocardiogram within a couple of weeks, but that's not a new thing either.
There you go.
But other than that, I don't have to see her, which is darn it. I don't have to see her again for 6 months.
Yeah. So that's for you're in good shape for the shape you're in.
Yes.
All right.
But I can't run a marathon.
Well, there you go. Well, you know, there's people watching this, and what would you say to those that are hurting right now and need a place to go, that are concerned about going to a shelter that is faith-based like this? They're afraid, they'd be a little nervous about quote-unquote religious stuff. What would you say to them if they were looking for a homeless shelter about coming here?
I would say absolutely, please do not hesitate. Pastor here is very welcoming, and his lay people as well are very welcoming.
My staff?
Yeah, staff.
Yep.
I was on KTJ this morning and put that out there, and I got a call within 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just asking. So you just tell people the truth. It's very simple.
Yep.
It's not a hard concept.
Well, the thing of it is, we're bringing a lot of residents on. They all have a lot of different pasts and different things. Did I ask you what? I don't know if I even asked you what caused you to be homeless. I don't think I did.
There are several mitigating factors.
Okay.
I was here actually last fall for just a few weeks, and I bought a camper from an associate, for lack of a better word. Did not get paperwork signed, and he did allow me to put it on his land, connected me up with power, and like that. There was no running water, but I managed to bathe because cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yeah, we're glad you're bathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, this spring in March, he kind of reneged on it, and I no longer own the camper. It's still on his property.
Okay.
So I'm a little disturbed with that.
But so that caused you to have to find a place to stay.
I lived in my car for 3 months.
You did?
It's not a comfort zone.
Oh, man. I can't imagine living in a car. No. I really can't. Not at my age or even your age, you being a kid and all.
Yes, I can.
Cars are not meant for our bodies. I can tell you that right now. I'm meant for a mattress and sheets and pillows.
Yes.
My body likes that very well. So that's what led you to come here was you were staying in your car and you need a place to go, so you ended up coming here.
Yes, and God bless the people of Circle K in Farmington. They're pretty awesome. They allow people to park there, which quite a few. It amazes me. It never ceases to amaze me the number of homeless people there are in what was once considered the greatest country in the world. I don't think we're there anymore. But that's political, and I don't choose to go.
There you go. So you were staying at Circle K in Farmington?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the police don't have a problem with people?
No, because Circle K doesn't have a problem with it.
Well, praise God for Circle K not having a problem. A lot of places don't want you hanging out there.
Walmart even now doesn't want people there for an extended period of time.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of people out there on the street right now, and if you know somebody that need a place to go, and you wonder whether you can send them, if they don't have a sexual history. We have children here, and they don't have that or violent history. Tell them, give us a call, and call our office at 207-474-8833. And we do an intake. The guys will go over your history a little bit, and it'll be a place for you. And everybody calls and say, do you have a bed? We'll always have a bed. It may not be a bunk bed. It might be a mattress on the floor in my sanctuary or in the men's shelter. But we will get you a place to sleep. We'll get you in. We'll see to it you've got something to eat. And we'll see you got something to wear. We have a great clothes closet. We have a tremendous pantry. If you're hungry and you're not homeless and you need food, we're open Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. What's the hours, John?
10 to 4.
What is it?
10 to 4.
10 to 4.
Closed between 12 and 1.
Closed between 12 and 1. So 10 to 4. We're closed between 12 and 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you need food or you know somebody that does, come on in. What's the requirement? You're hungry. We don't ask your income. We don't ask where you're from. We don't care where you're from. We don't care what you make. If you're there, we'll give you a box of food. So in the meantime, until my next podcast, with all these things in mind, y'all come back now, here.